Greetings everyone and welcome back to the Hulk Room. I apologize I haven't done one of these videos in a long time. I hope to rectify that and start putting them out more regularly. I'd love to do one for every movie a review for every movie I see, comic book I buy, TV show I watch. So hopefully I'll start to do these fairly more regularly. I'd like to get a few of them out a week. Would be ideal. But anyways, to finish up my lists of my end of the year list now, almost in May, I will do my top 10 upcoming films for the year of 2015. I know this is very late, but fortunately, there hasn't been too many movies that I was very excited for at all to come out so far this year. In fact, only one that would make my top 10 list has came out so far, and that was Kingsman, which fortunately for 2015, that ended up being just as good, if not better, than I hoped it would be. I love Matthew Vaughn, the director's previous work in Kick-Ass and X-Men First Class, and this was just as good as I could have hoped it for it. Great, cheesy, not cheesy, but over-the-top, fun, overtly violent take on the spy genre, the James Bond type film. So yes, I liked it a lot, and it would have been my number 10 if I would have done this list on time. So we'll just move on to number 9, which number 9 is Fantastic Four. Yes, the reboot of Fantastic Four, which is, as you can tell with all this Marvel stuff, Hulk stuff around, I'm a huge Marvel fan, so it's kind of weird that a new Marvel movie be this low but on my list. But honestly, I can't get too excited for this one. Everything I've seen of everything I've read about it makes it seem like it's not going to be doing a faithful adaptation of the comic books. Instead of making it a light family adventure, sci-fi adventure that the comic books are, looks like they're going all dark and everything with it. And what they've done to Doctor Doom, for what I've read, is just not even close to what the character should be. And he's definitely one of, if not Marvel's best villain. To screw him up this badly is just a shame. But it's still a Marvel movie. I'll still go in hoping for the best, and even if it's not the Fantastic Four of the comic books, hopefully at least be a decent film. Number 8 is, well, I mentioned Bond earlier when I was talking about Kingsman. So now we're to Bond's next film, the new Bond film, Spectre. I wasn't quite as big a fan as Skyfall as many people were. A lot of people said it was one of the best, if not the best, James Bond ever, which I completely disagree. I found that film honestly kind of boring. But nothing against Daniel Craig's take on the character. I love Casino Royale. It's probably my favorite of the Bond films I have seen. But Skyfall I just wasn't a big fan of, and this movie is even this movie is being directed by the same person who directed Skyfall, so it probably will be more of the same, which is great for everyone else. Not so great for me, but it's still Bond, so I still want to see it. Still could be good. We'll see. Number 7 is Star Wars: The Force Awakens. This film is pretty low on the list since that. This film is very low on the list for most people, for most people's tastes. I've never been the hugest Star Wars fan. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy them all. I'll see this one opening day. I own them all on DVD, but it's never been something I obsessed over. It's never one of my nerd obsessions. I don't own any Star Wars memorabilia. I've only seen each film a handful of times, but I still enjoy them all, and I loved J.J. Abrams' take on the Star Trek films, which I didn't care at all about before he released those, and those are two of my favorite movies of the last few years. So he can probably maybe he'll make me love Star Wars just as much as everyone else does. Number 6, Mission Impossible. Mission Impossible 5: Ghost Protocol. Mission Impossible is a strange series for me, because honestly, at the beginning, I wasn't a big fan of it. The first one was okay. The second one, less okay. It was fine. And usually, most series, peak at the beginning and start getting worse and worse as the sequels go on. But Mission Impossible has done the exact opposite. The third one, which also directed by Star Wars, Star Trek director J.J. Abrams, was amazing. I loved the third one. And the fourth one was just as good, if not better. So I'm hoping the fifth one will continue that trend and be even better than before, and with mind-blowing stunts and everything that action that I've come to expect from the series. Number 5, Terminator Genisys, whatever you pronounce that. I've always been a big fan of the Terminator series. Even the third one, which I know a lot of people didn't like, but I have thoroughly enjoyed the third one. And the TV show is very good as well. Salvation was okay. I've only seen it the one time in theaters. I kind of like to watch it again. So I am excited for the Terminator series return, and nice to see Arnold back, even though they had to come up with a whole convoluted story to show why a 60-year-old robot is now, why a 60-year-old man is now the killer robot. But I'm excited. Should we have a lot of great over-the-top action, as always, from the Terminator series. Number 4, Jurassic World. Dinosaurs. That's all I really need to say. I mean, dinosaurs. I love dinosaurs. You love dinosaurs. They're cool. I love monsters. Chris Pratt, coming off of Guardians of the Galaxy, if Jurassic World is as big as it should be, combined with the Guardians of the Galaxy, should be right up there with the biggest stars in the world after this summer. So I'm excited to see all the dinosaurs eat everyone and everything. It probably won't be nearly as good as the original, but hopefully at least be better than 2 and 3. Number 3, The Hateful Eight. Now, Hateful Eight is a new movie by Quentin Tarantino, which actually has not, as far as I'm aware, they've not released any footage or anything about it. But Quentin Tarantino, after directing some of my favorite movies of all time, is one of the few directors or actors or anybody that will make I want to see their film just because their name's attached. I don't need to know anything else, just know Quentin Tarantino's done it. I'm there. Kill Bill, one of my favorite movies of all time. True Romance, one of my favorite movies of all time. Django Chained was awesome. Glorious Bastards was awesome. So, I'm there. I trust Quentin completely. Just, here's my take. I don't need to say a trailer or anything. Just be as good. Yeah. Number 2, Ant-Man. Ant-Man, Marvel's biggest risk yet. Probably even bigger risk than their movie with the talking raccoon and tree. Because really his power, to most people, is more a deterrent, not a non-power, than it is something to be super. Turning small. Small, you think, small, you could step on something small. You want to be big, you want to be powerful. But I think as it be an interesting film, I think having the whole movie on a small world should make it interesting, should make it completely different than any other superhero movie out there, seeing everything from the perspective of an insect. And even though he is that small, he has superhuman strength for his size, so that actually makes it so he can beat up villains and whatnot, and should do some impressive, cool things. We'll see. Number 1. No, it's a good thing I did this list now, because if I had done any later, my number 1 would have been already out. Avengers Age of Ultron. I'm sure that's a surprise to absolutely no one who knows me, or just is looking at my shirt, or looking at my Hulk shrine behind me. Avengers is pretty much the only way I can get my fix of Hulk for the moment, since Marvel isn't doing any new solo films right now for the character. So that's a reason alone for me to be super excited for them, just to see my favorite character on the big screen yet again. But outside of that, it's just awesome. The Avengers is definitely my favorite comic book movie of all time. Just seeing all of these heroes together is just the complete and utter representation of the Marvel Universe that I've been reading ever since I can remember. And seeing Robert Downey Jr. back as Iron Man, Chris Evans as Captain America, and then all the new characters. And Ultron himself looks like he should be a great villain. And yeah, I can't wait. Hopefully next week I'll be seeing it, and hopefully it lives up to my expectations. And of course, it's from the director Joss Whedon, which I also love all of his work. So it's just a perfect marriage of everything I could ever want in a nerdy film. I guess if you threw in Godzilla and King Kong in there somehow, that maybe would be the only way I could be more excited or want to see the film more. Well, anyways, that's it for the list. I hopefully should be back with another video soon reviewing a comic book or movie or video game or something. Until then, everyone have a nice day, and I will see you later. And I better see you at the Avengers premiere next week. Bye.